Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan James and I love Disney. You might see a tail in the way right now, but that's okay. She does not have any personal space at all. But this is my cat. This is my cat. You see her right here. So welcome to my channel. My name is Ryan James and today's topic is about transportation at Disney. So what we're going to cover is when you first get off the plane and you have to get to Disney World itself. We're going to talk about that. And then Rosa's going to talk about all 4 different methods of transportation on Disney property. Let's start off with talking about the Disney Magical Express. It's going away this year, but if you're still going down from now until the end of the year, you still have a chance to get this. So Disney Magical Express is a free complimentary service from Disney that takes you from the airport to your hotel. And they have buses for every hotel. There's a bus for the Contemporary, Poly, Fort Wilderness, Wilderness Lodge, Pop Century, Art of Animation, All Stars, all the different resorts you could think of. There is a bus for it. There's a bus that'll take you from the airport to there, and plus it'll take you from your hotel back to the airport as well. And again, this is only going to be happening until the end of 2021, sadly, because as you know, everything changes. And at the end of 2021, the Disney Magical Express won't be there anymore, which is sad, but I think if you're still going down now, it's the perfect time to do so. By the way, I apologize. Oh, my body is coming in and out of this dang frame. I wish it was regular. Okay, I just need to stay still. So then, after that, let's talk about the 4 other forms of transportation on Disney property. There are buses, boats, monorail, and then the newest one that just came out in 2019, that is the Disney Skyliner. Okay, hi. You see Attack of the Cat again. That's okay. So the Disney Skyliner opened up in 2019, and it's honestly my favorite way to get to 2 different parks. It's honestly one of my favorite ways to get to 2 different parks, and that is Epcot and Hollywood Studios. But before we get to that, let's start off with the most basic form of transportation on Disney property, and that is the buses. So for the buses, you can take a bus from your hotel to the 4 parks, the 2 water parks, and also to Disney Springs. But you can't do resort to resort. What I did was that I did a resort hop, basically, from Pop Century, because we were also transferring to a different hotel that day, and I went off on my own. I want to do my own things. So I took a bus from Pop Century, and I took it to Magic Kingdom, and I took the monorail from Magic Kingdom, and I went all around to the Contemporary, because that was where we were staying, and I went early because I wanted to check it out. Honestly, that was one of my favorite things that I did. I don't know why, but it was. And then afterwards, after I was done at the Contemporary, we met up at Beaches and Cream, and we had our lunch there. So I went back on the monorail, and I took the monorail over to Magic Kingdom again, and then from there I went from the monorail station all the way to the bus depot at Magic Kingdom. And that was a lot of fun for me because you got to do different things. There are different things I got to do this time, and it was so much fun. So that's just talking about the buses. Number 2, let's talk about ferries. You can take a ferry from the Ticket and Transportation Center over to Magic Kingdom, but there's also more boat options available for different parks. So, then you take out my list here for a minute. For the boats, I took a boat for the first time from the Polynesian over to Magic Kingdom, and then we did monorail service from Magic Kingdom to Contemporary. So it was so cool going across the sea on this little boat. It wasn't like the big ferry boat, but it was like a smaller boat. It was pretty cool. And honestly, I wanted to do some more research on where it could take us next. So If you want to go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, you can take a boat from the Boardwalk, the Beach Club, Yacht Club, and also the Swan and Dolphin hotels. Those will bring you to Epcot and the Hollywood Studios. That might be on my bucket list for next time. To get to the Magic Kingdom, you can do a boat from the Polynesian Resort, the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, or from Wilderness Lodge, which is pretty cool. I want to try to go to Hollywood Studios from a boat next, because that was like my second favorite park on my trip. It was so much fun. I got to do so many different things on this trip. And if you want to see what was my top favorites from it, you can look down below in the link below. I'll have it posted down there. And then you can watch it. It was so much fun. So our next topic of transportation is always the favorite, the monorail service. I love the monorail service. One of these years, I want to do a monorail crawl, or at least just getting like non-alcoholic drinks at least at the Grand Floridian, anywhere on the monorail lines. So monorail lines, basically it's going to be the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Magic Kingdom, Contemporary Resort, and Epcot. Right now, the time of this recording, the Epcot line is still out of service, but who knows what can happen in the next year or so. Hopefully they'll be back, because then we can take the monorail from Magic Kingdom over to Epcot, or Epcot over to Magic Kingdom. Either way, it could be pretty cool, just like go on that loop again. Now, my favorite form of transportation from this trip is the Disney Skyliner. So Disney Skyliner, again, opened up more recently. And basically, it's like your transportation high in the sky. And I loved every single second of it. So we stayed at Pop Century Resort, and Pop Century Resort's monorail the Skyliner station is a floating water station. And it's the only one on property. So we start off at Pop Century, and then the track goes all the way to the Caribbean Beach Resort. And from there, it splits off to either Hollywood Studios or over to Epcot. But if you're going to Epcot, it's going to take you to the Riviera Resort first and then take you over to Epcot. We did the Skyliner on my birthday, actually, which is pretty cool. We did the Skyliner on my birthday. We went to Riviera Resort, which is where this view comes from. It's such a beautiful view. You can see so much. We did the Skyliner, and we went to the Riviera Resort. We did Toblerone Terrace, and then we also did the Skyliner going to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Honestly, I think it's one of the best forms of transportation on Disney property. It took like 5 minutes. It felt like 5-10 minutes just to get from the stations to the next stop, or that's from the Caribbean Beach Resort. It didn't feel that long. It was so much fun. You got to see everything. I think one of my favorite things was that you could see Spaceship Earth, or as I like to call it, the golf ball. and also you get to see Tower Terror in the distance when you're on it. So those are probably my favorite reason of why I like to take the Skyliner, because you get to see so many different landmarks. I remember when I was on the Skyliner, I could look all the way down and I could see the bowling pins of Pop Century, and it was so cool just to see it off in the distance. So that's today's video. It's a short one today. If you liked it, subscribe, comment down below what is your favorite form of transportation on Disney property, and I'll see you guys on the next one with a little touch of magic.